Hey, what's up, Christian Network Marketers community? Tasha here, and today we're going to talk about arguing with God. And I argue with God all the time. And so I was reading my Bible, my leadership Bible that I think I've shown you guys, and I came across this section on communicating vision, and it was about Moses arguing with God. So I'm going to kind of hop around different verses just to make sure that this whole passage or this insight that I'm going to share with you, it doesn't take forever. So Exodus 3:11. Oh, sorry, I'm going to back up to verse 8. So God has this vision. So I've come down to rescue them from the hands of the Egyptians and to bring them out of that good and spacious land flowing with milk and honey, vision, right? Verse 11, but Moses said to God, who am I that I should go to Pharaoh and bring the Israelites out of Egypt? So I have a question for you. So raise your hand or give me an emoji or something if you have asked yourself or God, argued with God in your business and said, who am I to do this? Verse 12, and God said, I will be with you. That's it. I will be with you. And they're going to have a sign. And then in verse 13, Moses said to God, suppose I say go to the Israelites, say to them, the God of your fathers has sent me to you. And they ask me, what is his name? What should I tell them? And so then God says, or Moses says, but wait a second, God. Okay, fine. You'll be with me, but what am I going to tell them? So then God says, here's what to tell them. And then we fast forward to chapter 4, verse 1. Moses answered, what if they do not believe me or listen to me? So tell me if you have identified with that. Asking God, what if they don't believe me or listen to me? And then God said, here's a miraculous sign. And if they don't believe the first one, give them a second. And if they don't believe the next one, right, then we're in a little bit of trouble. And then Moses says, this is my favorite part of this. Moses said to the Lord, oh, Lord, I have never been eloquent, neither in the past nor since you have spoken. I'm slow of speech and tongue. So basically, Moses says, but I can't speak. I don't have good communication skills. He wasn't an eloquent speaker. And so God was like, okay, fine, here's Aaron. And I read that and I was like, wow, how many times have I done that? And you might be thinking, okay, Tasha, I don't know if that's true, but I am going to tell you a funny story. Oh, I think it's funny. It's so embarrassing. It's like most embarrassing moment because it turned out so well and it almost didn't turn out at all. So I'm trying to think of timeline. This would have been like August of 2017. And one of my ops folks said, hey, you should call this person. They are recommending our coaching programs. And so I said, okay, that's weird. So I went and I looked this individual up. And she had registered for my coaching program, Your Direct Sales Foundation, only finished 20% of it. And then it said, unsubscribed from email list, reason, I no longer wish to receive emails. And I thought, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? And what am I going to say? And this person was pretty much like one of the highest ranked I'd ever worked, like the most prominent person that I had worked with at that point. So already there was an intimidation from a status perspective of like, here I am, this like little baby coach who has major imposter syndrome. And then here's this giant that I'm just supposed to call who's recommending our coaching programs, but actually hasn't done them and as unsubscribed saying, I no longer wish to receive emails. And so I panicked. I pulled it up. And I'm a sales trainer and I didn't know what to say. And I felt like all of these things, in hindsight, I was asking God, like, who am I to make this call? What am I even going to say? What if they don't believe me? One of my biggest concerns is to be misunderstood. And then I'm not even that, am I even that good at what I do? Am I really that good of a speaker? And what was so interesting, so I totally wimped out. This is how the story goes. I dialed the number, half the number 2 times, then hung it up and wimped out and sent an email and said, hi, blank name. I heard that you had been recommending our courses. I just want to say thank you. Please let me know if there's anything that we could do, because I didn't know what to do. And I got an email back within an hour. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. I was just texting people to try to find your phone number because I'm here with my sister-in-law right now. And we were trying to find your number to see if you would be willing to travel to Southern California to come and speak. Well, I live in Southern California. And so we ended up connecting the next day. We had a great conversation. We've become really, really good friends over time. This particular individual has a huge endorsement on my website. I have tons of clients on her team. And I look at this relationship as one of the true gifts that God has given me as an encouragement to me and my business and my confidence. And I look at who I am today, and I know that I wouldn't be who I am today if it weren't for that one interaction. And I'm glad that I didn't complete the argument that I had with God. Like, so often we're like, who am I to reach out to this person? What am I going to say? What if they don't believe me? But I'm not really that good of a speaker. Seriously, can I get out of this? And God just says, I'm going to be there with you. And I wanted to share that story with you. I wanted to share that wisdom from Exodus. I wanted to share that if you feel those things, if you're constantly arguing with God of who am I and what do I say and what if they don't believe me, you're not alone. And I just want to encourage you to continue to be brave and step out there. Acknowledge, if it's awkward, acknowledge the awkward. Do the best you can without being a weirdo. Even if it's just to say, hi, it's nice to meet you. Thank you. That is enough for someone to connect with you and start a relationship that could possibly change your business and change your life. So that's all for me today. I hope this was helpful for you. And you guys have an awesome, awesome rest of your day.